Good morning, folks. Live weather blog meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with today's tropical update for Wednesday, July 28th, 2010. Tropics still quiet today. That's going to be my moniker for the rest of the week. It looks like a nice lull in the tropics this week. A couple features we're watching. Surface trough here along Mexico, Texas coastline here, bringing some showers across the Texas coast this morning. Upper level low in the Gulf of Mexico here, so none of this will develop tropically. Still watching this frontal boundary draped across the western Atlantic here. This time of year, got to watch to see if something could sneak up and develop out here. Nothing right now, but again, an area to watch for as we move through the rest of the week into the weekend. None of the models are showing development out here right now, but it is an area to watch for. We have a tropical wave moving through the Caribbean today. Nothing going to develop here. Strong shear blowing right through the Caribbean right now. Nothing there. Weak tropical wave here. It's embedded in that drier, stable air, so this will not develop tropically. Moving on to the water vapor loop, and you can see still dry air all through the western central Atlantic here. Starting to lift northward, and these are the subtle changes we're going to watch for as we go towards the end of this week and then into next week. I'll show you some of the models are starting to finally show development out here towards the weekend and into early next week. So we're going to have to start to watch now as we get into August. The pattern's going to slowly change as we get a lot of this dry, stable air out of here. Still strong shear throughout the Caribbean, so nothing's going to develop through here anytime soon. And here's that wave we're going to be watching moving off the African coast, and I'm going to show you the models in a moment that some of them want to start developing this wave as it moves westward. So I'm going to have to watch it. It has a little area of weak low pressure attached to it, moving a little farther north than these other ones. As the Azore Bermuda high is starting to lift north, this is going to allow these systems to not dip so far south and get trapped into the ITCZ. So this one's coming off a little farther north and may stay a little farther north. So that's a little better for development here. So this is the one we're going to be watching for as we move towards the weekend. And you can hear this is the Saharan air layer. I show this a lot to you guys. This is from the University of Wisconsin SIMS product. And you can see the dryer and the SAL has shifted a little farther north. That's going to allow this wave that's moved off the African coast maybe a little opportunity to develop later this week and into early next week. So there's an opportunity there for that. Still pretty dry and stable though, just to the north. And in our wind shear, and this is the stronger shear I'm showing you, through the Western Gulf and then right through the Caribbean. So this is all closed for business now. We have this big tut right in here. Nothing's going to develop through here right now. But the shear is starting to lift north. Everything's starting to move north again. Pretty favorable conditions for shear out in the eastern and central Atlantic. So, if we could get rid of that drier air, you never know what's going to happen out there. So that's why we're going to have to start watching a little bit out there. Still quiet for the rest of this week, but towards the weekend and then into next week, we'll have to start watching the changes. Okay, let's look at some of our models here. We have the Canadian model. Always a little suspect. It tends to develop a lot of systems, but prematurely. But we're watching this because this does have some model support now, and this is valid for, this will be for Sunday, and you can see it's starting to develop a tropical system out here in the central Atlantic. And then we're going to move over to our friend the Euro model. Now, once you see the Euro model starting to get on board with a system, I tend to pay attention a little more. Here it is on Sunday, starting to spin up that system a little bit. You can see strong Azore Bermuda high right in here. And this is why you have to watch. If this gets really strong and shoves farther south as we move towards the beginning of the week, this system's going to have to sneak by it before this really shoves down a lot of drier, stable air. So we're going to have to watch for that as well. And this is valid for next week, next Wednesday. This is 7 days out. You can see it's starting to develop this system as it moves west. And then again, as we go out towards, this is next Friday, you can see really cranking up a system as it moves towards the Leeward and Windward Islands. Again, this is 10 days out. Subject to change, of course, but just showing you when the Euro model starts coming on board, this is when you really want to start watching, and we should see some changes in the pattern as we move towards next week. So this could be pretty valid. Like I said, we have to watch if some of this dry, stable air tries to move south, but this thing could sneak underneath it. And we're seeing some of the changes today. This could be a possible development. The GFS and the parallel GFS to some extent try to develop this system as well. Not as much, but there is a little model support there with them. And same with the NOGAPS model, a little model support there. So this will be the area to watch for. MJL looks like it wants to come back into our area by the second week of August. So this could be the beginnings of things starting to heat up in the tropics. So enjoy the lull while you can. Things will begin to heat up again, and it could be a very busy middle to late August. That's what it's looking like right now for this forecaster. Well, that's it for the tropics today. Stay tuned to liveweatherblogs.com for all the latest on severe weather going on today. And you take care, have a good day, and we'll see you all again tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.